How good is the G Pen Hyer? This is a newer device that actually works with flour and concentrate. That came out a few months ago. I actually got one right around the time it came out, and I wasn't really impressed with it. If you follow me on Twitch, you may be seeing me use it there a few times, but I've been asked a ton of times about this even after I've used it, and there's a reason I'm not using it almost every day like some of my other devices on my stream. It's not great. I feel like they had a pretty good idea here, but the execution just missed the mark on a few things. But before we get too deep, make sure you follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Cewpins. I do a smoke sesh every night at 9 p.m. Eastern, and you'll get the first look at any devices that I use like this. I usually open them on stream and test them out before I even consider making a video on them. But this is something I used right around the time it came out. I tried it for flour, I tried it for concentrate. It comes with all the components for concentrate, and then you have to upgrade to get the flour attachment for it. But something I've said before, and something I really believe, is devices that try to do both, when they try to do flour and concentrate, end up missing the mark on both of them. I think anybody that's making a device should really consider, do I want to make a really good concentrate device, or do I want to make a really good flour device? Because it seems like too many people try to do both and they just don't end up making a good device. So let's take a closer look at it. I do like G Pen's approach to how they make this. They did it with the Connect and they did it with this, where they're not trying to make a complete device like a Puffco or a Carta or something where it has the glass attached to it. They're making something that you put on an already existing rig, or you can put it on multiple rigs. I really like that idea. This seems to be modeled after an e-nail. You'll see what I mean in a second here, where you got your little temperature control box. You got your cord that runs to your nail or your vape head, whatever you want to call it here. And then you can just go ahead and put this on any device that you want. So I like that aspect of it, of where it's meant to work with any kind of device. You don't have to get some specific proprietary glass where if you break it, you got to wait to order a special new one. Like if you break your Puffco glass, kind of sucks. You have to order a specific one for Puffcos. A lot of the E-rigs don't have interchangeable glass parts. But this, you just put on any old flour piece, concentrate piece, whatever you're using. So I do like that aspect of it. I like that it's kind of modeled after an e-nail here. We got the little temperature control box and we got a cord running to it. It is weird that they did opt for a cord after making the Connect, because the Connect was like an all-inclusive device. Just a quick one. I didn't really like the Connect. I feel like I had two of them and they stopped working after a couple of months. And the chamber on it, it's not meant to be cleaned. I don't like any kind of chamber where you're not meant to wipe it out after. This one you are. This one has a little bit of a post or something in the middle here, but you are meant to wipe it off in between hits, which is good. So we talked about the good, but let's talk about the bad, because there's a lot of bad. So first off, we kind of modeled this after an e-nail, but there's only 5 temperature settings. I don't know at what point in the future we're going to get to where these companies give me more customization with the temperature. When I only have 5 options, it's almost guaranteed that you didn't pick the good 5 options or the right 5 options for me to hit this at. The temperature on this ranges from 482 degrees Fahrenheit to 842 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 72 degrees every time you click it up a temperature. I don't know if you've ever dabbed before, but if you want your dab a little bit warmer or a little bit cooler, you don't change the temperature 72 degrees. You bump it up 10 degrees, 15 degrees. Sometimes the difference between a good dab and a great dab is like 5 degrees. This one, every time you bump the temperature up, it gets 72 degrees hotter. That's for concentrates. For flour, the temperatures are a little bit tighter. They have a smaller gap in between how different they are. I actually pitched to G Pen right after I tested this that they should make another chamber for concentrate that just does low temps. The 5 temperatures on this, I'm not actually sure how hot the hottest one is. I literally can't hit it on the hottest one. I tried this when I first got it, and I tried it the other day on my Twitch stream. I can't get past the 3rd heat setting for concentrates. It's literally too hot. I'm convinced that the G in G Pen stands for glowies. Like, I don't know how they test these devices. I don't know what they're modeling it after. I don't know what their mindset is going into any concentrate device that they make. But any G Pen product I've used for concentrate, way too hot. The lowest temperature setting that you can go is too hot, where you're like, this is hotter than what I think the highest temperature should be. I don't know that it's actually 482 degrees like it says. The lowest temperature is pretty hot. The dabs taste kind of burnt. I usually end up putting a few terp pearls in there to kind of act as a heat sink, so maybe it's not as hot as I set it to. maybe some of the heat gets distributed into like some ruby pearls or something. But I literally can't go past the 3rd temperature setting, and there's 5 settings. Like, if you hate your friends, invite them over for a sesh, turn the G Pen to the highest setting and say, here, I got you a dab. Like, you would ruin me with that if I didn't know it was going to be that hot. But I don't know if they're going to make one. I feel like the temperature does come from the chamber, because you unscrew this part right here to put in the flower chamber when you want to do flower hits. I just unscrew this and then pop in the flower chamber. So I feel like the temperature is related to this thing, because the flower coil doesn't get 400 to 800 degrees. It's like 300 something to 400 something. So it seems like they have the components here to do a little bit more. I mean, it does charge USB-C, but the fact that I can only go up 72 degrees at a time for concentrates, I can't go up and down 1 or 2 degrees. Even like 5-degree increments would be a lot better. This doesn't have any kind of display on it. You'd think that it would. It's got little dots on it that let you know the time and the temperature. Because that's the thing with devices, is every electronic device works differently. You can't just go, oh yeah, I click it on with 5 buttons and then I double tap it to go. Anytime you hand somebody a new device, it's like, well, you got to hold this one down for 3 seconds and then push it twice. This one, you actually have to say the word baboon before you hit the button, or it won't do anything. Like, every device is kind of weird. So the cost of this, I think, is a little bit high for what it does. It doesn't come with the herb tank or the herb chamber for it. It's around $250. I can't really link anything here. I don't recommend this, but if you want to find out more information, go into my Discord or my Twitch chat and type !Hyer, Hyer, and I'll give you a link or something over there for it. But I don't think that this is really that good of a device, unless you have everything and you just want to try something new. Like, this is a step up from the G Pen Connect, and that's one thing about G Pen, is all their products are a step up from the previous product, but like, they're still not great. Either way, G Pen Hyer, not great. We'll see what else they come out with. I think I'm going to end up making a tier list. I have a lot of devices I haven't talked about. I might make some videos for each of them, but then I might do like an e-rig or an electronic device tier list soon. So leave me a comment and let me know if you want to see that. But definitely come smoke with me 9 p.m. Eastern on Twitch. If you have Amazon Prime, you can link that to a Twitch account and you can give me Jeff Bezos money. You don't have to spend anything. You just link your Prime and subscribe for free. And if you want to hear some cool facts, check out this video right here. There's 5 cool facts about stoners.